Okay, this video is going to concentrate on the electrical and the HVAC. I mean the main electric service panel, which the structure, the home, faces north for these reports. So this is the garage, this is the east interior wall, this is the main electric service panel. Load center, breaker box, call it what you will. This is the energy certificate, some data there that might be pertinent. And so here's the box, the screws hold it on. Now, when they installed this box, they installed it with sheetrock screws. They're fast and they're tight, I get that. But they do not have the same shear strength that nails do. So if this structure were to experience a tornado, for example, or maybe an earthquake, this cabinet would stand a much better chance of staying in place if it had been properly nailed in place rather than screwed like it was. I'm looking. It's hard. It's difficult. We shouldn't have sawdust inside the panel, combustible sawdust. That should not be inside of the cabinet. It should not be there. And there shouldn't be paint inside of the cabinet. Now the paint that's in the cabinet, and I don't like apologizing for my work, but the paint that's inside of the cabinet really isn't close to the panel board. So it doesn't seem to me that the panel board has been compromised by the amount of paint that made its way inside of the cabinet. And also the bonding location should be hand labeled in here, and it should be. And what we've got here on this wall, we got number 4 ground on a UFR. I don't know if you can see that or not. Prepared to roll with it. Okay, so we have a number 4 copper on the UFR rod right there, and we can see it. This is right here, ground number 4. And you're right by the panel, but it's not labeled inside the panel. That's the GFCI for the exterior by the air conditioning system, which we're getting to. I'm going to be a little backwards about some of this. This is the east exterior wall. This is the main. This is the meter. And it's been sealed as it should be. So that's really not kind of a non-event. Boring. We like boring. Boring's good. This is the condensing unit. This is the condensing unit main disconnect. This is the GFCI I just reset. So that's the disconnect box right there. It's sealed. It's good. Showing you what you got. This is the condensing unit. It's a carrier. It's 4 tons. 410A. You really can't find a lot to complain about here. It's supposed to be 3 inches off the ground. I mean, I could say that. And I will. And it's not level. It should be level and 3 inches above grade. We'll say that. Also, this is the low pressure refrigerant line. You see this? See the way it's compromised already? They just put some mastic around it to meet the intent of the code, which they didn't. It's supposed to be a harder plastic cover. And I still got some of this cheap stuff on the truck, George. Okay, I'll tell you what. You gotta take a little bit of that mastic out of the bottom of the can there. Just slap it around there. We're good to go, man. All right, George. Beer store. Woohoo! We're on our way. Okay, that's the way it is. And this is for the water heater. I'm going to jump just a little bit. They're not supposed to be closer. The drain and the TMP is not TMP. It's tankless pressure relief valve. They're not supposed to be closer to the ground than 3 inches, and that's the condensate drain. And it'd be nice if it had a filter on it, the condensate drain, but we'll talk about that in another video. But that's the condensing unit, the outside unit. Some people call it the air conditioner, but it's half of the air conditioner because it's a split system. And by split system, I mean that you got your condensing unit out there, and then inside what people call the furnace, the heater, call it what you will, okay? But inside, that's where we have the evaporator coils and the evaporator drain pan and those kinds of things. And so we're just coming through the garage here, because I can't, wait, man. Okay, it's going to be kind of muffled now. Thank you, Corona. All right. Moving along. And this ladder is very difficult to, and this is the hallway, it's very difficult to operate. This ladder is. You really got to push down on it. And it's good because it's tight. You got to push down on it in order to unfold this ladder without it hitting on this top ridge up here. That's what you got to do. Grampy's in the attic. Alright, while we're in here, we're talking about the attic and stuff. This scuttle hole is supposed to be lined. There's a little wall, kind of like that, a little knee wall to keep all. See all that insulation down there? It belongs up here. This is where it goes. It doesn't go down there. What's it going to do down there? It's just getting in your way. It looks ugly and stuff. That's your insulation. You paid for that. And that's keeping you from losing energy, which you're also paying for. And they ain't got it. It ain't there. Pardon my English. This is where your air filter is. At the unit. This is new construction. I'm not going to pull it out. It needs to be changed. We're just going to call it dirty. It's 20 by 25 by 5. Slides in and out. Just like an old CD. Or a cassette. VHS. How old is your home inspector? Okay, this gas line. This gas line should not be in the way. If we have to put it here, then it should have a wooden curb around it. You don't want people stepping on your gas line like that, tripping on it and stuff. Hey, George, get off of the gas line. Just don't want that. I don't want people stepping on my gas line. I've been over here trying to service this. You're supposed to have 36 inches of clearance in front of here. Clear clearance. Maybe you might have it if you had this box out of the way. But not with the gas line routed like that. This is your evaporator coil. This is the second half of your air conditioning system. This is your fluid supporter. But do you see the daylight around there? If daylight can get through there, do you think the water can get through there? Here's your clothes dryer. If daylight can get through there, do you think water can get through there? Do you think lint can get out of there? And if lint's used to getting out of there, it'll start clogging. It'll start clogging. Okay. Oh, we're not through yet. This is getting started. This is the P-trap, your primary evaporator drain line. Okay, it's insulated. It's supposed to be. That's good. That's a good thing. There's that trap. That's called a shallow trap. A lot of manufacturers don't like shallow traps. Just saying. This is the data plate for your evaporator coil. I kind of want to look at that. Model number. I'll look at the model number and look that up. Because they're advertising 16 SEER for this house. The condensing unit has 14 minimum. And that's the serial number. It's upside down. Serial number for the furnace, what we call the furnace. The indoor air handler is really the name. That's what it really is called. Air duct. We've got the air duct that's kinked. See that? Maybe not. Okay, they're not supposed to sag more than half an inch. They all do. But they're not supposed to. They're supposed to pick that middle part up so that it all runs out even. It wasn't designed to go up and down. Whoop-de-doo. It wasn't. I'm sorry. Some people think maybe. I guess they're having fun. Everybody needs to have some fun at work. This floor is weak under my feet. That's the fresh air induction fan. And that's not at a place where you can access it. There's a filter inside of there. At least there's supposed to be one. We don't have any service access to the fresh air induction fan. And then again, I mean, this floor isn't really sturdy. But, you know, I kind of got wheezy on that. I just don't want to go through the ceiling. I don't know. I did it once. That was enough. It was enough. I don't have to do it too many times. More than half an inch because of the cables hanging off of it there. Right there. Okay, well, let's see what we got. Let's let the good times roll. Let's let the good times roll. No! Did I turn it off? I didn't. Alright, let's throw some thermal imaging on this. Okay, blue's the cold part, but don't get too excited. It's still 80 degrees. Still 80 degrees. So yeah, you're going to have some thermal bridging here. You will. You're going to have some thermal bridging, but that's really, really what I would call leakage. Alright, that's probably why it passed the energy audit. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder how they pass some of the energy audit. Not today. Not yet. Not yet. But I've seen some interesting scenarios. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about this house. So what we've got is about 17 inches of attic insulation. I don't know, I'm jumping around a little bit. I promised I was going to concentrate on the electrical and HVAC, but I'm up here. About 18 inches. We got about 6 inches backed with a thermal blocking right there. The attic looks just about the way I remember it. Just about the way I remembered it from the, and I can't see if the things have been covered up, but that's about the way I remembered it from the pre-drywall inspection. So, anyway, that's it. Now if I just get down